Hello. Welcome back. Today is, God, December 16th. I can't believe it already. I haven't even done any Christmas shopping. Just, been preoccupied with stuff. Anyhow, the purpose of today. The purpose of today is how to deal with, quite frankly, crippling fear. Oh, yay! That's going to be fun because, in order to achieve what it is that we're after, we're going to be going outside of our comfort zone. And anytime you go outside of your comfort zone, you have a breakdown, which is absolutely required in order to have a breakthrough, right? Like those two things go hand in glove. So when you come to the point where you reach crippling fear, right? Like I have the last couple of days, welcome that, embrace that, because that's the sign that you're at the edge of your current boundaries of safety, right? And everything that you are comfortable with. But if we remain within the zone of comfort, right, we never expand and grow and become something different, right? And that's what I'm seeking to do here, right? To do something different with my life, right? So I understood that when I started looking at this and scheduling, and because you have to schedule those things in. Like you're human, right? Hate to tell you, you're not that unique. Right? Like we all have kind of the same issues. And so, remember a couple of videos ago, I said it was probably going to be about 3 weeks in when I start to have a breakdown. Well, it's happened a little bit earlier, which is great news because that means I'm just going faster than I had anticipated. So I give myself kudos for that. And so we look at it, right? We don't run away from the fear. We look at it. We stare at it in the face and we say, what are you made of? What are you made of? Tell me, what are you made of? Right? Why are you making me uncomfortable? Because I'm not going to allow that. Tell me what you are. Right? Just a fear. It's the fear of failure. Quite frankly, it's the fear of success. It's, just getting to that point where, okay, you just gotta go through it. But you have to find a way to get through it, right? And then again, this is why, a coach is normally very necessary to hold your hand and take you across that threshold, right? So with me here coaching myself, yay me, I'm holding my own hand, right? And I'm gonna pull myself across this, which is completely possible. Why? Because I am tethered to my why in terms of why am I doing this, right? Because my why will always be the thing that I can ground myself that will drag me across the finish line, right? Because my why is bigger than me. Why am I doing this, right? To change the world. To make sure that faith-based communities are no longer terrorizing young queer kids. Okay? That's my why. That's bigger than me. And that will always give me grounded energy when I myself have none. The last few days have been pretty bad for me. And that's good, in a way. Because, like I said, you have to have those breakdowns in order to have a breakthrough. Like, they just are part of each other, right? And so when that breakdown comes, have a plan, right? If you don't have a plan, get somebody on your team who does, okay? Because we're here to achieve really big things. And where we're going is going to be, hopefully, really helpful to others. That's why I'm doing this, right? Yeah, sure, I'm doing it for others. But I also gotta say, the number one reason I'm doing this is for me, right, and my future, and the hope that I can have something new and different in my life, because where I am right now is really tricky, right? I understand where I am. I understand that I'm not young anymore, right? I'm not old, but I'm not young. I have a potentially crippling movement disorder. So it's hard for me to go out and get a real, normal job, right? So I got this, right? I can invent this. I can invent something for myself that I can do around my schedule of when I'm physically able to do things and when I'm not, right? So I have to do this. I don't have a lot of other choices. So, it's go time. So, the last few days for me have been terrible. Okay? It's like, just those fears that arise that you just can't get out of bed. And I want to be here to show you that part too. Because that part is necessary, and that part often in many situations is not put up front and center so that people can look at it, right? But this is absolutely necessary if you're going to get across that threshold of fear. You have to have a plan. The number one part of our plan is connect to your why. Why am I doing this? I understand that. I am tethered to that. And that gives me a constant source of grounding and energy. Okay? The second part of the plan. Connecting to source, connecting to something outside of yourself, right? This is where we really start to get into the energy work, right? Because that is absolutely required in order for us to move forward, right? What are you doing? Who are you? How are you resonating? What are you vibing with, right? What is your container filled with? Other than fear. Right? Because that's a given. That's just always going to be. But there are other things that we can, connect ourselves to for grounding and power, right? And so for me, a lot of that is my work in shamanism, right? And again, shamanism, for me, it is not a religion. It is a practice, right? It is a loving embrace of the earth and all of our celestial beings, right? That to me is what that is. And I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's a personal thing, right? And I'm happy to show you some of that in terms of how it works for me, in terms of me changing my energy, right? In order for me to level up for myself, right? And so we call in, right? We start to level up, right? And we can feel it, right? We can bring it upon ourselves. And so we begin. And in shamanism, we welcome and open the four directions. And we begin with the south. The south, the loving serpent. May she wrap her coils around us and teach us the most important lesson of all. And that is how we shed our skin. To the loving serpent, we ask you to come and teach us, to embody us, to embrace us, to love us, to show us how to shed our skin and become new each day, right? That we can shed that skin of fear and we can inhabit something new and we can be new. And every day has the possibility of change. So to the south and the loving serpent, we thank you. Ho. To the west, to Mother Jaguar, we ask that you show us how to level up. Mother Jaguar, show us how to level up. Show us how to be strong and show us how to be loving and powerful all at the same time. Mother Jaguar, show us how to level up. And we thank you to the west. Ho! And then to the north, to our ancestors, to the ancient ancestors, to the ones who have come before and the ones who will come soon. We ask your benevolent love that you come to us. that you show us how it has been and how it will be. We ask you, future ones, show us how to make you. Show us what we need today in order to help you arrive. We ask you for clarity. We thank you. Ho. To the east. To the east. We ask the great condor, right? The spirit of flight, the spirit of vision, right? That you can show us, you can show us how to be better. We ask you for that vision and that clarity. We thank you. Ho. To Mother Earth, we thank you. We thank you for all that you are. We thank you for all of your benevolent creatures that you can bring to us and show us and show us. We ask you for your love to continue to wrap its arms around us, and we thank you for that, Mother Earth. Ho. Mother Moon, we thank you. We thank you for your continual pull on our hearts. That you can show us how to be, right? Show us how to be, Mother Moon, with your pull, right? That you have, right? That you can give to us, that you can lift us up and make us greater containers for love on this planet. Ho.